now turn up.
What up is Marcus Dynasty Football Dads? I have Jackson here. We might be feeding him while in this video because he freaked out in the wide receivers 1 through 6, but we're doing wide receivers 7 through 12 in the rankings. So tier 2, tier 3 wide receivers. This is Jerry Jeudy upside down signed jersey. We're going to be giving away that jersey when we hit 1,000 subscribers. All you have to do is be a subscriber. We're going to do a random one, and somebody's going to get a free nice jersey, right? Yeah, free jersey. We might need to feed you here soon. So if you didn't watch 1 through 6, watch that yesterday. Today we are going to be doing, of course, 7 through 12. Tier 2 wide receivers. We have 2 more left. Number 7 is going to be Terrace Marshall, and I really like this play more for 2022 than I do 2021. Curtis Samuel gone. You could see Terrace Marshall being in that big slot wide receiver. He's, of course, he's known for being into that kind of position there. I think Terrace Marshall you're going to see him replace the Robbie Anderson role eventually here. And Robbie Anderson did really good the start of the year. Then Curtis Samuel kind of took over and did well for fantasy. And I could see Terrace Marshall having that same path, maybe not as efficient and as good yet as being a rookie, but I think sophomore, junior year of the league, I think he'll be a really good wide receiver, and I think tier 2 is a really good spot for him. At first, Carolina, I was like, I really don't like that spot, but whoa, do you like that spot? All right, maybe we'll just give you a little bit more milk. All right, well, that's what we gotta do. All right, so Kadarius Toney is gonna be my number 8. If he doesn't freak out, what is going on? You're just mad. Get it. There we go. Number 8, Kadarius Toney. Sorry about that. I'm not going to retake this because I'm just going to continue on. Kadarius Toney, again, going to the Giants. I almost said Jets. Going to the Giants. Not a really good landing spot for me. The only thing that has brought him up here is actually, I don't think Kadarius Toney is my 8th best player on the board. I feel he's going to be more of a Percy Harvin type, and I don't think he's going to be fantasy football, I guess, elite. But what you are going to get from him is this kind of like Deebo Samuel maybe role / kind of Percy Harvin role where you're going to do a lot of runs, a lot of short passes. And in the Giants offense, that's what you're going to need. And really, the Giants already have Darius Slayton. They already have Kenny Golladay on the outside. So you're really going to have 2 really good wide receivers. You're going to have Kadarius playing kind of this kind of all-over role, which doesn't seem to be really good at fantasy football production. And so the only reason why he's up here is because he was a round 1 selection. And if he was round 2 at the same price, he's probably moved down a little bit. But you have to respect NFL draft capital, and that gives you better odds. Number 9, and this is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is the opposite of, I guess you could say, NFL draft capital, because he was a round 4 selection. And when you say Amon-Ra St. Brown, he was a round 4 selection, which I do not like. But he went to the Lions, and who else is going to catch passes for the Lions? You need some wide receivers there, and he's going to just gobble up a bunch of targets. He's going to be a very, very good possession wide receiver, perfect to what Jared Goff wants and what Jared Goff needs. So that is absolutely a perfect situation for Amon-Ra St. Brown. And so that's why, and I thought he was one of the most talented wide receivers. I thought he was like number 7, number 8, right up there. So him moving down to number 9, I get it. Round 4 selection is really sucky because usually they have a lot less production at round 4, round 5, round 6, round 7. As you know, just kind of as you go down, you have less production. That's the general consensus. There's stats behind it, and I've went through it before, but Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 9. Number 10, Amari Rodgers. This is, again, the Randall Cobb row. You're going to Randall Cobb role that he's going to be performing. And honestly, you're going to see a slot receiver. You're going to see a shorter wide receiver, not even barely 6 feet tall, that you're going to see perform decently well and for fantasy production. That's all we care about. We will see if Aaron Rodgers is there. If Aaron Rodgers is not there, I think Amari Rodgers might even move down a spot or 2, but in Green Bay, it's a good situation because there's a lot of targets to be gobbled up in that slot performance, because I don't believe in MVS. I don't believe in any other Packers wide receiver besides Devontae Adams, who's clearly the alpha, but you need a beta. And some of these wide receivers in tier 2 and tier 3, I should say tier 2, the end of tier 2 is this kind of Toney role. And then tier 3 is the St. Brown, Rodgers, and these next couple of wide receivers as well. So you're going to be getting more of these wide receiver 2s on a team, which may be end of wide receiver 2 all the way to wide receiver 3 production, but still important for fantasy football. Just know you shouldn't be giving up the Keenan Allens, you shouldn't be giving up these big name wide receivers that have talent for some of these tier 2 wide receivers, tier 3 wide receivers. Like, and I was mentioning this, like, if you're getting offers for Kenny Golladay or Chris Godwin or DJ Moore or any of these wide receivers for pick 107, 108, 109, even Jalen Waddle, who's my tier 1, but even like Bateman, Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, like those kind of picks, like I'm easily wanting these easy. This is slam dunk. Yeah, I'd rather have some of these wide receivers that have done it and been there and performed. I mean, even if you're looking at older wide receivers like Mike Evans and stuff, Allen Robinson, like Allen Robinson's not even that old. It's like you're looking at these wide receivers, and I'd rather have those than some of these wide receivers that you're hoping their ceiling's going to hit there. You're hoping Bateman becomes Allen Robinson, and there's a lot less upside with there. But anyways, let's get into number 11. It's going to be Nico Collins. Very raw, I would say, prospect, but he is 6'4". I mean, he is from Michigan. He is a awesome X-wide receiver, and they don't have that at Houston. And they honestly might not even have a quarterback at Houston right now. So, oh, you're sleeping now? This is exactly what he does. And I pull the ball away, and he's like, I'm a dinosaur. So we're going to try to, yeah, you heard that. So I'm going to try to support your head here a little bit. There we go. So, again, Nico Collins, kind of getting towards my end of tier 3. And the last one's going to be Dyami Brown, and that's because he's a round three player from Washington. Again, draft capital, and really you look at him, I actually like him as a wide receiver, and you look at him compared to the fall off between, we got wide receivers that either were high draft capital that I don't like, or you have players that were almost undrafted that I really like. So you have like Austin Watkins, who I love, but he's undrafted. Then you have players like Tutu Atwell and Dwayne Eskridge, who I'm not big fans of, but then they were drafted in the second round. So that is where your tier, I'm going to say 4 wide receivers are. And we're going to go through that, but I really need to dive deep and go, man, where are these wide receivers at? And I know that some people are doing drafts right now, but my drafts don't start for another little bit here. So I'm able to do the dive deep and to see, okay, where am I going to put some of these wide receivers in tier 4? Because would I rather have the undrafted player over the draft 2 capital? Like even like Tutu Atwell, it's like that is a absolute horrible location. Like he's wide receiver 4 on that team. Like that's just horrible. Like I don't want that. And then Tutu Atwell's a 155-pound wide receiver. Like that may not be able to perform at the next level. So that is who I'm choosing before. Or am I choosing that, or am I choosing Austin Watkins, who I actually really like, and I thought that would have been a day 3 pick in the NFL draft. So those are situations that I have to still kind of figure out, and I want to do more video watching, of course, because that's what you're supposed to do, and I want to do more analytics, find these different analytics to see, okay, which some of these wide receivers are going to be succeeding at the next level. You always have to continue to better yourself every single time, and I want to make sure that we, at least me and Jackson, give you as much good information as possible, so I'm not telling you these rankings in tier 4, and all of a sudden I switch them a week later, a month later, or 2 months later. I want to set them and then basically not change them and say, hey, here's tier 4, here's tier 5, here's tier 6, like the players I would barely even touch. So, again, this is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads. I hope that all made sense, and hope you enjoyed me and Jackson hanging out here. We will see you tomorrow. We will probably be continuing to run through some more rookie running backs, quarterbacks, tight ends. There's a little less to talk about those positions just because there's not as deep. Of course, wide receivers are the deepest. And after running back 6, I mean, it is ugly. ULGY, you ain't got no alibi. That's what it is. All right. This is Marcus Dynasty Football Dads. Make sure you subscribe. Peace out. See you tomorrow.
Now turn up.